What's up, gamers and sports fans? Mark Horner here from League Unlock, league analyst and talking head, bringing you coverage with the Mayo Media Network about Week 3. Picks to watch, making some bets in the League of Legends space of the LEC and the LCS. But before we do all that, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, leaving a like if you enjoy the video, and of course, commenting down below what your favorite pick was from this past weekend. Let us know which one came through for you to get a little bit of that extra sweet cash. Now, if you need any, and I mean any, extra bit of some daily fantasy sports fix in your life, check out the Daily Fantasy Sports Picks and Bets The Mix podcast. Anywhere you get a podcast, you'll find that one. Check it out for your daily fantasy sports needs. Week 1 of the LEC got underway just this past weekend, and it was not the best start for SK Gaming, all the changes that they made towards summer, but enough positive signs that we're seeing that I want to be going with them in their match to kick off Week 2 of the LEC against Schalke. I'm taking SK Gaming with a match line of plus 137. Why am I taking SK? I think there were a lot of good things seen in that first week, despite not being able to pick up wins ultimately for this SK team. I think treats in the jungle, that is going to be a transition from support that will be one of the most successful transitions that we will be seeing throughout this LEC summer split. And the other big one for me, if you're looking for what Schalke is going to be throwing at SK, their big strength, well, it's Broken Blade up in the top side, and I am counting on the emerging threat of Gen X for SK to hold him down and make sure he's not too much of a threat for the rest of SK. Once again, that is SK with a match line of plus 137, taking SK Gaming. The second match we're looking at, it is the biggest match of them all for the weekend in the LEC. Yep, we're talking about the showdown of the two titans, Rogue versus G2 Esports. And yes, I know, Rogue has been making ground against G2. They've been finding ways to be better, to get that upset against the dominant squad of the LEC history. Not this weekend, guys. I got G2 Esports this time by the match line of minus 150. G2 are going to be continuing their rebound, the re-strength that they need to show to the LEC and to the rest of the world for that matter, given that they did not represent the LEC at MSI, not getting that spring championship for what is a team that ultimately, even domestic championships are an afterthought, thinking about what international success they're gunning for. It all starts, though, back home in the LEC, and it starts with that matchup against Rogue, with G2 coming across the finish line. Yes, G2 Esports match line of minus 150 against Rogue. But that's enough about the LEC, guys. It's time to enjoy the rest of the weekend in the LCS Fiesta Bonanza Zone, and we're kicking it off with Immortals versus TSM. This is a really nice matchup for us to look at because we had TSM and Immortals, both squads jumping out of the gates with very impressive week 1s. And week 2 coming right back down to earth seems to be the way that their performances or communication looked like in week number 2. But moving to week 3 for the LCS, I'm looking at TSM to make it be an absolute punishment against the Immortal squad. I'm counting on bounce-back performances this week from Power of Evil, and I'm looking in the jungle at Spica to be a big power player for TSM in this individual matchup against Immortals. That is going to be TSM with a match line of minus 225 is what we're looking at in the first of the LECS matchups. The second one that we're getting to, it's juicy. You might have thought it'd be the juiciest one that we got in the LCS, but I got one more saved up the sleeve to finish off the weekend. But the one that we are looking at is Team Liquid versus 100 Thieves. This is a big matchup of two premier teams in the LCS, and especially what we are looking for here is we've got some juicy odds that haven't been changed because Team Liquid, well, we don't have Alfari. That's a big power player, an MVP level power player, not in the lineup for Team Liquid, still sideline benched. And that is all the better for the likes of Someday and 100 Thieves and what they're showing for us. And if you counted on any of the other aspects of Team Liquid showing up and being able to provide that fight against 100 Thieves, well, I'll tell you, your superstar in Jensen, He's lining up against the new guy in town, Abadage, who has been dominating, no longer relegated to just karma duty. My man got to pop off on a Kali last week, certainly making the rest of the LCS see that talent, feel that pain. We're going with 100 Thieves in this juicy matchup against Team Liquid. That's 100 Thieves with the match line of -120. But that wasn't it. I told you, there's one more super matchup in the LCS that's exciting to watch, and that is TSM versus Cloud9. The rivalry, the history, everything is going to be there for this matchup. And you know what else is going to be there? A little bit of an upset. It's going to be TSM taking down the favorites in Cloud9. I wanted to go with Cloud9. I had a feeling that, yes, all the positives that are there with Cloud9, they're still there. And an even better performances are coming across the line from Fudge in the top side. That should solidify things, right? Well, every time they roll in against TSM, it's always good for something spicy to go down, some things to change through. And Sven's not in the lineup, so I'm counting on that bottom lane of Lost and Sword Art to be big factors for TSM. I know Vulcan has been incredible in his individual performance and has been very steady alongside King, but I'm counting on some advantages from the bottom side for TSM. Let's get a TSM win to close off that weekend with a match line of +125. 5 matches this week, folks. We got 2 in the LEC, 3 in the LCS. Recap them for you one more time. We start with SK Gaming versus Schalke. We are liking SK with a match line of +137, and closing out the LEC with Rogue versus G2 Esports, and we're taking the big dogs, G2 Esports -150. Swinging over to the LCS for the remainder of the weekend, Immortals and TSM. We are taking TSM match line of -225. Next one up, it is those big dogs in 100 Thieves, Abadage and the boys against Team Liquid. We're taking 100 Thieves match line of -120, and closing it out with hopefully our upset pick of the week with TSM against Cloud9 in that big rivalry matchup. TSM match line +125. Now, I hope a couple of those picks land this weekend, make you guys a little bit of extra cash, and we have some fun catching the games this weekend. Hope you all take care. See you later now.